Hello, sir.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing. What are you making out?
Hey.
Teach Monday a lesson?
Yeah, it's teaching me something.
Yeah. But it's over. Almost over.
I'll say that when we cross the bridge.
But even though the day's over, the commute is about to begin. So welcome everybody to another episode.
Yep, I'll be your driver.
I will be your passenger. So prom time.
Is it?
It is prom time.
Okay.
Not that we have to worry about it yet. But you know how there's always these kids asking actresses and famous people to go to prom with them.
Oh, yeah.
And they do, and you know, I'm going to the military.
It's a big story.
And yeah, and they do it for, you know, good press or whatever.
Right.
So once again, it's prom time. That happened. A 17-year-old student from Chicago named Muthana Swice, he asked Netflix to the prom. He asked Netflix to the prom via Twitter. His tweet was, "Would you go to the prom with me if I can get this message retweeted 1,000 times?" So Twitter said, "Of course, we would love to go to the prom with you." Or Netflix said, "Of course, we would love to go to the prom with you." So he gets 1,000 retweets, and they said, you know, we'll go along as your third wheel. You know, bring a date, and we'll do it. So I'm thinking, how the hell, you know, is that going to happen? I don't really. I guess it's just they sponsored him. It was their way of going. But they gave him, what did they give him? James Bond's tuxedo from Skyfall to dress up for the prom. They gave him the 50s Buick from Grease with a driver who was like a, you know, was supposed to be one of the characters from Grease, and they sent along a film crew to film the whole thing for him. He could have also had they gave him options. He could have the car from Grease or the meth-mobile from Breaking Bad, but he thought that was kind of something you shouldn't bring to a school.
Which one was the camper?
I don't know. They didn't. I never watched it. They said the meth-mobile.
Well, as long as it wasn't like one of you know, Pinkman's like beaters, but that's weird.
Yeah, just the whole thing. It was like, all right, you know what? This is going too far now.
I fully, you know, this is only a single lane road. That's fine. God forbid the cocksuckers wait.
It's a single lane road for you.
Anyway,
not for him.
Reminds me of, like, there was an episode of Community where like a Subway fast food like chain was like moving into like one of the stores, and it ended up they had to have like a student there, like of that name or something, or represented them. So they had this employee that changed his name to Subway, and he went to school there, and so he could open a Subway in the school.
Jesus.
So I figured it was something like that. They had one of their employees rename themselves Netflix.
No, yeah, I mean that would have been the way, because otherwise, again, they're just sponsoring it. But I guess that was their way of making news, and someone's saying Netflix. They certainly need help.
Yeah, really. It's, you know.
He said there's too many of these companies are starting to pop up left and right. You know, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. There's a bunch of other smaller ones, but it's flooding the market.
Well, it's anything to get like people's like corporate name out there. What the fuck are you people doing milling around the goddamn road?
It's like a video game.
Jesus. You all lose.
Get through the city without hitting something or someone.
They're coming at me from all directions. It's hard to
Time for the bonus level. You've made it to 7th Street. more people and vehicles will be coming at you. More car doors will be swinging open in front of you.
Yeah, it's a fucking paperboy.
More vans that don't know how to park. But yeah, they said all these digital companies aren't doing too good in the stock market right now either.
Really?
They're all losing. You know, the bigger the company, the bigger they're falling. Like I think Facebook the other day dropped 5%. Netflix is dropping. They're all dropping because they're talking about the stock market getting ready to crash again.
Oh yeah, I heard that somewhere. Like it was the like whatever the gloom report or something.
Yeah.
The guy said it was supposed to crash harder than like 86 or whatever.
Yeah. And he predicted this about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still saying, he's like, I'm pretty right. I think they said in about another month or so. It's going to get pretty nasty.
That's fine.
So, speaking of nasty, there's a new form of Instagram out. It isn't the same company, but Instagram is very strict on, no nudity.
Right.
Anytime you post something with nudity, they'll take it off real fast. They'll ban you. Well, now there's Pornostagram. It's not an app, it's a website.
Uh-huh.
But it allows users to share nude pictures with their followers. And it's strictly for that. It was made by some French man. He said it's not the porn industry. It's not these porn stars putting themselves out there and, for you to follow. He says normal people sharing pictures. He wants them to feel better about themselves. Like a lot of people wouldn't want to put nude pictures of themselves, but he has a lot of filters like Instagram to enhance your pictures. And you put them out there and people like them, talk about them. So, have at it. So, for work's sake, I checked it out.
Uh-huh.
And, they're not shy people. These are not...
The internet is not known for its discretion.
The pictures that came up, like I thought it might be someone, sneaking a titty out or something. Like really like people like trying to make themselves more outgoing. But oh no. It's just, the pictures pop up and, have at it. Something tells me it's not the first place that they have, and good for them. That's, that's their art.
I don't think that's the only thing like that too, because there's I think there's one that's like YouTube or something. It's
I'm sure there's many
or XTube or something like that.
I'm sure there's many sites out there.
Yeah,
I think the only thing that makes this one stand out, I think, is because they're going off the Instagram sounding name. That's what'll help them.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's videos on this thing. I think it's just.
Yeah, it's probably just all pictures. It had to be something unique.
But it will go good with your arousal ice cream.
Oh yeah?
British ice cream maker, Charlie Harry Francis is his name. He came up with an ice cream that has the key ingredient in it is champagne. So it's champagne flavored ice cream. And it has about 25 milligrams of Viagra per scoop. So you can eat your ice cream.
How are they putting like prescription medication into ice cream?
I don't know if the laws are different in other countries with stuff like that.
Well,
or they took someone's. But what happened was there was an A-list celebrity that requested this ice cream be made for a party that they were throwing.
Okay.
They're not saying the name. They said they had to sign all kinds of confidentiality agreements. But he gave him, a few weeks' notice that he wanted this ice cream. So he came up with it. He said adding the Viagra in was easy. The hard part was getting the champagne to take.
Yeah. Well, champagne. I mean, it's more of a. I don't know. I don't even know how you would distill that down into a flavor rather than what it already is.
It would be harder to freeze.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be alcohol anymore. It would be, an extract of.
But he said that was the hard. So, I don't know if, say, this person had Viagra and said, here's my Viagra.
Yeah, just dump this in.
Use it for the ice cream. Or, again, being in another country, I don't know if, you're allowed so many milligrams to be, like, over the counter.
Yeah, Yeah, that's true. I guess if it's an overly, well, I don't know. I don't see how you can put medication in like a food product. Like that's got to violate some kind
of. They also didn't say. I was trying to find. I couldn't find anywhere where they said like you and me can buy it.
Yeah, I don't think
for commercial use. Yeah. Now you definitely would not be able to in this country. No. Even if it is for sale, we're not going to be able to buy it.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
But and where you are, you can. And it is called the Arousal. That's the name of it. They said everyone at the party was very happy. They enjoyed themselves. They loved the ice cream. And a bunch of them probably have some pictures on Pornostagram.
It's a twofer. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I guess stranger things have been made.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it wasn't that high. What made this stand out was the fact that there were drugs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand the prescription medication in the ice cream thing. That's...
Well, that's one way. Maybe you have a hard time swallowing pills. Put it in your ice cream.
Well, maybe that's a way for Viagra to market to a better audience or something.
Yeah. So, this day in history, April 14th, 1865. Abraham Lincoln shot at the Ford Theater.
Yep.
By John Wilkes Booth. 1865. 1988, Soviets withdrew from Afghanistan.
Yeah, that one I thought was interesting because we were talking about the Beast movie.
Right.
Not too long ago. The guy's stuck in the tank in like a valley in Afghanistan. Yeah, I was looking at that again. It was like I forget what it was, but like they go in and they basically, like whoever the tank commander guy is, he's like just a psycho, and they go in and kill all these people in a village, and they run over this guy's brother with the tank. So the guy's brother comes back to the village, finds like everybody dead, his brother like squished by a tank, and then he gets a bunch of soldiers together, and they go chase down this tank, and they get it trapped in this valley. And meanwhile, they're trying to fix this like old like RPG that they have. They only have like a few shots on it, but that's what he wants to do is get revenge on
people that killed his brother.
Right. So that's what the Beast is about. That's an old movie too. It's like from like '88, something like that. So
it's right around.
Yeah, right at the time that those events were actually taking place.
April 14th, 1818, Webster's Dictionary published.
Yeah.
Again, that seems too old. Like, I didn't know it was that old.
Yeah.
Probably had 10 words in it. You talk about something that's kind of ridiculous. They should really just get rid of that thing, too.
Yeah, there's no point.
Because, one, no one speaks correct English anyway anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And every year they add so many words to it, but they do it just to add words to it, to put their name out there, to
sell more dictionaries.
Yeah, and it's all slang. It's all slang stuff that they're putting in there.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what? Be done with that. I'm not saying I use proper English all the time either, but it's a lost art.
Yeah. I mean it is, but I guess you need some kind of reference point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess it's okay to have dictionaries out there, but this company should just be shot.
Put it out of its...
You're going to start using slang. I no longer take you as a serious dictionary.
Right.
I'll use Google.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And that's, the way media is now. Is it really a necessary thing? I remember that was all the big deal, like being able to get the dictionary on like CDs.
Oh,
it was like 27 CDs.
This one's A through C.
Yeah. The interactive dictionary by, whoever the fuck it was.
Well, yeah, it was a big deal because, Christ, when we were kids, we had the goddamn encyclopedia, and that's what you had.
Yeah.
You were limited to whatever they decided to put in there.
That's what it was. It was the Britannica collection or whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's like 27 CDs or something. Just something absurd. Like
I'm sure it was $600 or whatever.
Yeah, it was something crazy. For an encyclopedia. I mean...
Yeah, it's just the way... I don't even know if they teach proper English these days. I swear, it's not just my kid, it's just all the kids, them around. They use words and the way they speak sometimes. Yeah, I'm always finding myself correcting them, and I don't remember being that age and have people to correct me, like, that's not a word.
Right.
And they still insist on using it.
Yeah. Man.
You know, like, he shooted that guy. No, he shot that guy. Shot that guy.
It's shorter.
Well, I say shoot it. What's wrong? I don't care. Look, here's a Webster's dictionary.
Yeah.
Read it.
And if you don't, you use that again, I'm gonna hit you with it.
You find me, shoot it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, oh, my fault.
They added it last year.
April 14th, 1912. RMS Titanic hits the iceberg.
Yeah, today. It's just like, seems late in the season for iceberg.
But I guess, figure water's still cold.
Yeah.
Maybe, and if it's a big enough iceberg, it's gonna take a while.
I think they were going more northward too. Like.
But no, it's still, I can still see. Yeah, you wouldn't have thought that would have been a problem.
Yeah.
Then apparently they didn't.
Yeah. No, it's. I don't know.
Yeah. Oops.
So much for that.
Plus, they probably didn't give a shit because they were unsinkable.
Yes, the unsinkable Titanic, known for its famous sinking.
First voyage, one and done. Yeah, about that. Sorry, guys. Everybody gets a refund. Everybody gets a free tour.
Yeah.
Next time.
Tour of the crab beds.
And in 1918, 2 American pilots engaged in America's first aerial dogfight in, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce that right, Toul, France. Okay. 2 American pilots.
Yeah.
Were they going at each other?
No, they were fighting.
Oh, okay.
I think it was German pilots.
I was going to say, that's bad timing.
No.
To be pissing at each other.
But it took place like right over the airfield where they were stationed or whatever. But that was the first American dogfight that they were involved in.
That's some crazy shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Those old dogfights. I mean, you could take out your own plane.
Oh, easily.
They didn't have ways to prevent that. It just
no. Well, and before that, I mean, they would throw like hammers at each other and just anything. Throw grenades at each other. Jesus. From an airplane. I mean,
that's insane.
There's a good. I think it's a Red Baron movie, but it was a foreign film. And man, it was amazing. It was really good. Like the dog fights and stuff. Like it's
an old movie.
No, it's a newer one. Like they just did it. I don't know. I'm gonna say like 3 years ago or something.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember who did it. If it was Italian or French or something like that. But it was really good. No, it must have been German.
I was just picturing some movie from the 50s where they did it. The special effects were horrible.
No, dude, it was really good. I was surprised.
Like cardboard plane, throwing hammers at each other.
I love that kind of those planes and that technology and stuff. It's, I don't know. It seems more real than it is now. Like everything now is so electronic. It's past like that, pistons and gears and that kind of mechanical. I like that kind of things. Those kind of inner workings than electrical signals going back and forth. Like that doesn't. That doesn't do it for me. Got a World War I board game, and like you each take a plane, and you get a handful of these like maneuver cards, and you can like maneuver around. And it's like big dogfight.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Bring that over. Play that one.
Name slips in my mind, but it's fun, short, and like it doesn't have like a board or anything. Like you're making the board like with the cards. Like, it flies in those. Like the base is clear, and it shows you like where you can shoot from. Your front arc, and you can like maneuver wherever you want to try to line up the other people.
Is it 2-player or is it
4?
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone against each other?
Yeah, it can be. It can be whatever. It's kind of just like a deathmatch thing.
Right.
I mean, people came up with scenarios and stuff for it, and all kinds of crazy like things. Like people set up big, battlefields, like real battles and stuff. And there's like blimps, and they did a World War Wings of War is what it's called, and they did a World War II edition of it too, where it's got like Zeppelins and like big bombers with like guns on like different arcs and stuff around it, so you're getting shot at from everywhere. And they just re-released it as a Star Wars game, X-Wing.
I was just gonna
So it's
say
all Star Wars
game.
planes, yeah. And Millennium Falcons and all that shit.
The reason I was thinking space game is I think it looks like that's what everyone does. You have civilization beyond Earth.
Yeah, dude, that is big news.
Yeah?
Civilization beyond. Oh man.
It just sounds like they ran out of ideas, though.
Dude,
I mean, not that I wouldn't play it, but
I saw that trailer on Friday because they like unveiled it at that the Penny Arcade Expo up in Boston, and they had a booth up there and they unveiled like their trailer and all that stuff for it. And they did a bunch of interviews. But dude, the same Sid Meier that makes all those games, well, he came out with a game years ago called Alpha Centauri, and it was kind of the follow-up to Civilization.
Okay.
And that game was just like the penultimate, turn-based strategy game. Still hasn't been anything better than that game. Like I could still go back and play it.
How old is that game?
I don't know, early 90s maybe.
Okay.
But
so what's this Beyond Earth? You're
Beyond
an
Earth
alien, or you're
no,
human?
it's taking like that next step again. Like they're, civilization builds you up to about the future, and this is going to be, leaving Earth to try to find one of these exoplanets and settle it.
Okay.
And there'll be like an alien faction on the planet when you land, so you have to deal with that, as well as other civilizations landing too on the same planet trying to colonize.
That could be cool.
It'll be awesome. It'll be
again, it's still the same game.
Yeah.
Just different
graphics.
things.
Yeah, different. With those, I mean, it was always like the civilization advances, and that led you to like new units. You could produce and put out. That kind of changed the way the environment worked. Get rid from that. But yeah, I don't know. I love those games. Still, I mean, even the new one, they kind of changed the way it works. It used to be like 4 directions or 8 directions. Well, they changed it to hexes now in the most recent Civilization 5.
Yeah, I mean, you have to change something on those games to.
Yeah, I don't know, but that that kind of changes like the way the combat and stuff works.
Right.
But not for the worst. I mean, it's good. I still like it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Sometimes they make changes to games just to make changes to games, and it hurts them.
Yeah. Pick any number of those sports games.
I was just gonna say Madden.
Yeah.
Talk about a game that's really the same every year because it is the same game.
And they just try to
either
reinvent
updating
it.
the players, but they got to add different stuff, and it's gotten some years just total shit. You don't even want to play.
Like
quarterback vision.
Yeah, quarterback vision, and all kinds of stupid things they add to them. And the hockey games, it was always like,
oh my God,
take the fighting out, put the fighting in. There's no fighting. There's no this kind of penalty.
Even they make it harder to make it more realistic. But I can't even play these baseball games anymore. To throw a pitch,
dude, the baseball games are.
You gotta hit 8 buttons and swirl it and time it.
Yeah, I think the demo for one of those was up at Best Buy or something one time, and like they threw the pitch and like I couldn't swing.
Yeah.
Like I hit every button and nothing happened.
Oh, because you have to do a bunch of buttons with the stick movement.
I
had the directions in front of me. I downloaded one of the demos, and they tell you how to do it, and I still couldn't do it. I'm like, this is dumb.
That's why they have A on there. Like it's still like you can just like A.
I want to swing. Oh, power swing B.
I don't know. They've gone way too far.
Yeah.
It should have never been changed past like, Tommy Lasorda's baseball or Baseball Stars or any of those Nintendo games. I mean, Two buttons, you had it all, you know?
It makes you appreciate when they do make a change to a game, though, and it is for the better.
Yeah, when it does happen. But, you know, the next iteration of it, who can say if they're going to keep that or throw it out?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like you can never count on anything to stay in anymore. So I guess you just find 1 year of a game that you like, and you just you keep that
play,
1 year. You know,
NHL '97.
Yeah,
that's our favorite game. We play that all the time. MLB, I think 98 or 99. One of those years we play that. That's our favorite baseball game.
Yeah, I think I had the NBA 2K3 or something, and that was, you know, it didn't get really any better than that. I didn't buy another one after that.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because I don't really like, you know, watching like basketball, or I don't really keep track of it, but it makes for a hell of a video game.
I'm the same way, dude.
It makes for a great video game.
I've had so many basketball games that are so much fun to play.
Well, it used to be, like, back on the Commodore 64, I'd play, like, Jordan versus Bird. Did you ever play that, dude?
Yes, I had, who did I have? I had, Dr. J.
Yeah, Dr. J.
Versus Larry Bird.
Not Jordan versus Bird. They did do Jordan versus Bird, though, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Yeah, but it was Dr. J. Because it was all, it wasn't even 8-bit graphics.
No,
man.
no.
You could, like, break the backboard, and it was, like, just pixels would come down.
You'd be like, yeah. I think the ball might even be almost square.
Yeah.
What a great game.
It was.
Hold down, shoot until you're at the top of your jump, let that bitch go. That was awesome.
They never improved it.
Go along with Civilization Beyond Earth. I guess Russia saw the same trailer and thought they're going to do it for real. They want to annex the moon.
Okay.
They said the Deputy Prime Minister, Dmitry Rogozin, he wants to carve out an area of operations on the moon. He said, since Russia is, and I quote, going to come to the moon forever, end quote, it makes sense to stay instead of making 20 trips back and forth trying to get something up.
They just make a moon base and stay.
Yeah, they want a moon base, they want to stay there. He said it makes more sense to be there than ending up on Mars or on an asteroid.
Does it?
No, I mean, if we're already planning a trip to Mars,
I don't know. Yeah.
How's the moon? You know.
Well, the moon is it's a natural
base.
stop-off point.
Yeah, you're going to stop there, load up, do whatever.
And potentially, if you could extract some kind of, you know, fuel from, there is some like concentration of water there too, and I think they were working on a way to, you know, reach that or get that out or extract it in some way. Oh man, you never saw Moon, did you? With
Nah.
Oh fuck, dude, that's a great movie, man. And that's they're doing that. They're like harvesting some kind of heavy metal or something on the moon.
They said they want to do it to pull science forward.
Pull it forward, huh?
A moon station would be a base for future leaps of science.
What's with all like the Russian like, you know, hegemony thing coming back? Like they're all up in Ukraine's face right now, you know, causing unrest and seizing Crimea.
Yeah. Now they want to.
No, they annexed it for the good of the people. And now they're causing all kinds of shit there, like in Ukraine, like proper.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all of a sudden like Russia. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna plug up their butt or. The president wants to be a changed man.
I don't know, dude. Any dude that rides, you know, nipples out on the back of a horse.
Yeah,
he's looking for trouble.
You know, unless it's a good time for them, maybe they got something going on that no one knows about. They figure we can do whatever we want. I don't know.
Who knows? I mean, it could be something as simple as perceived weakness. I mean, you never know exactly what
California, just talking a lot of shit.
Yeah, just sees it as the right time to take back, territories they think it is.
Small kid with no friends.
I think they'll find a lot of friends. I don't understand why more wasn't done about the annexation of Crimea.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They were picking on the small, the weaker kid.
Oh, yeah, where they had
no one stepped in. No one gave a shit. Yeah. It was like, good luck with that.
I don't know. That's really strange to me. But yeah, there's a Russian fighter jet today. It was buzzing one of our ships in the Baltic for 90 minutes. It was buzzing it, and they were calling to it and stuff, and they weren't responding, and finally they just left.
Huh.
But they were flying real low over top of it.
Wow, not replying to them. I'm surprised they didn't just shoot them down.
I don't know. It depends where they are and what they were doing. I mean, I'm sure his shit wasn't armed. He wasn't trying to lock on to him or anything.
Yeah, I guess they know if
he was trying to do that shit, then he's gonna. Oh, I think I'm gonna take the chute.
You're gonna take the chute?
I'm taking the chute.
Oh my goodness!
It's a trash truck.
There's exceptions to the chute?
Look at the trash truck.
Uh-oh, then there's this guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
You can take him.
Yeah.
You're going to take him.
This little puppy's got gas.
About to see some Back to the Future shit here.
Yeah.
Fire coming off the tires. So... let's see, where do we want to go from here? Dutch jails.
Okay.
They are complaining about, the next time was complaining about them, but they were saying they just don't have enough inmates.
Oh.
They, to the point where they actually now have more guards than prisoners in their jails.
That'd be a nice problem to have.
Right? California, let's see. Over there they have 17 million people. In the last 6 years, the number of prisoners has dropped from 15,000 to less than 10,000.
Wow.
California alone has 38 million people.
Mm-hmm.
They currently have 120,000 people in their state prisons and tens of thousands of others in county jails.
Yeah.
So, you're talking close to 200,000 as opposed to less than 10,000.
Yeah.
It's double the
range.
Double the population, so call it. If it were the same, California would only have 20,000 prisoners.
Instead, they've got that in their jails.
Yeah. They said they're just to the point where they're gonna start closing jails and cutting staff.
Yeah.
Why pay for it if we don't need it? They are looking into it. They think maybe they're a little easier on their penalties for violent crimes than we are. They're looking to compare. They didn't have a comparison in what I had read, but they said that they just can't figure out why don't they have any.
Why don't they have enough
prisoners?
Inmates.
Or is it just it's a different part of the world and they're not as crazy as.
Well, I mean, 17 million people. I don't know. You can easily get 17 million people on a similar page with each other, I would think. I mean, you're gonna get some that are, yeah. But again, it's a different part of the world. It's a different,
Can you imagine? I mean, it's the complete opposite. It's just.
I don't know.
We've never heard that. And never have we heard. We don't have hardly any prisoners for all our prisons.
Yeah.
And then you're probably not having any problems with them. If you have more guards than prisoners, these prisoners aren't going to act up. They're not going to get away with nothing.
No.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is interesting. You got to wonder what that kind of stats line up with that. Do they have what kind of weapons laws do they have? What kind of drug laws do they have? That kind of thing.
And they probably just don't bust people for every little thing, They might be a little more realistic as to what's worth arresting somebody for.
Oh, yeah.
Seems like over here they just arrest people.
Yeah, you mean charging a high school sophomore with felony wiretapping? for recording like kids like picking on them.
Really?
Yeah. Some kids were like, you know, and the kid was like, I saw somebody posted the thing on Facebook, and these kids, the kid was like, you know, that's, you know, some kind of mental problem or something with him, and all like these kids were picking on him in the classroom, and he like recorded on his, you know, iPad or whatever that the school like gives them all, and the mom saw it, and you know, she got mad and took it to the principal. Well, the principal called the cops on the kid
for wiretapping,
for recording the kids.
Wow.
Because it's, he said it's a, you know, a place where you have implied
I can't imagine, you know, that would ever be that kid's gonna
no, I mean,
get any kind of penalty.
Yeah, they took him. It wasn't for the wiretapping, but it was something else. It was I forget what it was, but they did.
This kid's in like juvie now.
Yeah.
For this shit.
Yeah.
What? See, and there you have it. The Dutch would have been like, discipline the bullies.
Yeah,
have a good day.
Yeah, who knows what they do for that? Maybe it's not even a thing.
Well, not just that. The other kids are getting, you know, arrested for terroristic threats for making a gun sign with their fingers. Right. You know,
that's a thing. Or, you know, a girl taking a butter knife in to cut like cake.
Oh Jesus!
You know, and that's a weapon.
That's a weapon.
That's a weapon. Zero tolerance. What? I don't even.
Yeah. This kid goes and stabs 19 people, 20 people in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man.
They make problems where, I mean, you can't watch everybody. I'm not trying to say they failed, you know, but
something's failed as a society.
Yeah.
When there's that. I mean, I don't know. It's just I wake up and don't even recognize the world anymore. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm sure that's like what happened with our parents and stuff too. The same thing. Like they woke up and just everything was strange and odd, and then you know.
But never so violent.
Yeah, but it probably was.
And it may
have
been
on a different scale.
Yeah, I mean, we have more media.
Back then, it was, you know, playing Ozzy Osbourne records backwards, you know. And
yeah, but that wasn't violent. I mean, that wasn't hurting anybody.
But wasn't there was something with that?
I know, like Judas Priest, people were supposed to kill themselves. Like if you listen to Judas Priest, it was the devil.
Yeah.
People were offing themselves, driving off cliffs and shit. Car fell off a cliff and they found a Judas Priest cassette in the car.
Oh my.
And that was like big news.
Yeah. That was everything. That was
on 60 Minutes, you know, in the evening.
What is with this Judas Priest epidemic?
You should check and make sure you know what your kids are listening to. And then 2 Live Crew comes onto the scene. So I was looking at, trying to come up every now and then, you know, try to get a list going of just different things to read off. And I found a list of strange sex laws in the United States.
In the United States.
In the United States. In Washington, it is illegal to have sex with a virgin. The state of Washington. Illegal to have sex with a virgin, even on your wedding night. How do you get around that?
What?
You know, if it's illegal to have sex with a virgin.
Yeah.
When do you...
I get the logistics of it. I don't...
You know, you got to go out of the state to break the seal, and then you can come back and it's okay, but you're not losing your virginity here.
Yeah, every bride must be carried over the threshold of the Washington state line.
Take your honeymoon elsewhere. Kentucky. Women cannot wear bathing suits on a highway unless escorted by at least 2 cops and you're carrying a club. of some sort.
I'll have to check with my buddy that lives out there, Cameron.
Tell him if he sees any women in bikinis and she's not with 2 cops and carrying a club.
What are you doing?
How you backed off? Chief, did you?
I don't even understand what's happening.
Yeah, you backed off.
Just use the road normally.
In Ames, Iowa, this is just one town in Iowa. It is illegal for husbands, just the men, for husbands, to take more than 3 gulps of beer while lying in bed with their wife. So you can drink in your bed, but once your wife gets in the bed, you can no longer take more than 3 gulps of beer. That's illegal. Massachusetts, you may not have sex with rodeo clowns if a horse is present. That is a written law. You cannot have sex with a rodeo clown in front of horses.
What? Why would that even...
I guess if you're at the rodeo, you're attracted to the clowns. He wants to take you backstage, a little backstage action.
Just not
they
in
just
the,
don't want you
not in the stables. Not in the stables.
Horses get a little crazy when they see human sex. And then people are going to get hurt.
Okay.
So go take it in another room or let the horse go.
That's more a law about safety.
Colorado, it is against the law to kiss any woman who's asleep. If she's asleep, do not kiss her.
Really?
Good thing Sleeping Beauty was not in Colorado.
Yeah.
That bitch would still be out. Ottumwa, Iowa. And again, this is just a city. It's illegal to wink at a pretty woman if you do not know her. If you never met this woman, you better not be winking at her.
But if you introduce yourself first.
And as long as you have associations with this person, it's okay to wink.
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 Okay.
Yeah, wink. With an eye. Indiana, mustaches are illegal if the owner of said mustache habitually kisses other humans. So if you like to kiss a lot of humans, it is illegal to have a mustache. You can have a soul patch or a goatee.
That's okay.
Or a beard. Just not a mustache.
Alright.
No mustache.
So I gotta go full handlebar thing.
Yeah.
Like, whatever that.
Oh, you know, if you want to kiss a lot of women.
Right.
Otherwise, you're good. Alexandria, Minnesota. It is against the law to have bad breath during sex. If your breath smells like garlic, onions, or sardines, and the woman requests that you go brush your teeth, you have to. Or she can call the cops. I asked him to brush his teeth. He said, no, woman.
You had another sardine?
Sir, you know the laws around here.
3 gulps of beer?
You just brush your teeth. Just brush your teeth.
That's all you had to do.
You're gonna make me take you away because you want to brush your teeth?
They got like toothbrushes like in the squad car. Just go back in.
Look, come on. Don't make us bust you. I want to see that on an episode of Cops.
Yeah.
He's running! He's running! We gotta run!
Brush him! Brush him! Taser! Taser! Taser!
And last but not least, Wisconsin. This might be my favorite. Next to the virgin one. A man may not fire a gun while his partner is having an orgasm. You fire it the whole time during sex.
Right.
But when she is having an orgasm, you better holster that gun. Don't go firing it off. Interrupt her orgasm.
Yeah.
Sounds like a law a woman made up.
Yeah. Well, a few of these, though, I don't.
Yeah, really. The brush your teeth thing?
Right.
Sounds like the mayor of that town's a woman. But what if that's the woman's thing? What if she's like, I get off on gunfire?
Yeah, and the sardines.
You know? Well, the sardine thing, it's only against the law if they request.
Right. Oh,
and you don't.
Yeah.
So if she requested, you have to. So that's her thing. But it's a law. You better not fire your gun.
For the gunfire, yeah.
Neighbors call the cops. I specifically heard her having an orgasm and gunfire at the same time.
Yeah.
But I guess if that's her thing, she can shoot the guns.
Right.
Because it specifically said a man cannot fire a gun. So he could be shooting during, and when she's getting ready, no, baby, stop,
Takes
stop,
over.
I got this, give me this, I got this. Yeah, yeah, pow, 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 pow. That's how guns sound.
Yeah. That was good. I got scared for a second.
Yeah, see, yeah.
It's like, yeah,
Just had orgasm.
gunfire.
T-Mobile, your friends. They are putting an end to their data overage charges. So let's say, you have 2 gigs of data you can use in a month.
Yeah, let's say hypothetically I could use that data. Because I can't.
No.
At my house.
Well, not in your house, right? Yeah, you cannot use
I'm just
any
saying,
of it.
hypothetically
Right,
that I could use my phone.
Right. If you had reception,
Right.
and you're able to, and you reach your limit,
Yeah.
they will no longer charge you, because then there's always like so many gigs over, you use a certain amount of charge.
Oh, that's good.
They put an end to that. They will knock you down to 2G, and you can either then purchase more gigs or wait for your next billing cycle to come up and get bumped back up. And they are challenging all other phone companies to do the same. They said that it's ridiculous, it's unfair, they're just stealing money from people for essentially nothing. And they specifically want AT&T and Verizon to stop that. I think it's just a ploy for them to try to get more business.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because Walmart, they already do that with their phone thing.
Oh, there's no overage thing?
There's no overage, and you get dropped down to 2G.
Okay. Yeah.
So they copied another company's thing and made it their own.
Right.
I'm surprised Walmart didn't come out,
Yeah. Yeah, we thought of that first.
No take-backs. What else do we have here? Firaxis?
Oh, it's the same. That's the company that made.
Oh, that was the. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so we're done with that.
But the one above that, man, Road Rash. You ever played that?
Yes.
Sega Genesis, man.
Coming out with a sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, just a PC.
Yeah. Well, look it up. Get your Xbox controller working on your computer, man.
I'm not gonna do that.
You can download that thing. You can be playing Road Rash multiplayer.
www.roadredemption.com. $18. That's a good price.
Yeah. Well, that's like the pre-order thing, and then you can. There's something you can get into like the beta of it right now, but that was like more money for whatever. But to get the game when it comes out, it's $18 right now.
I won't be doing it on my computer tonight because tonight I'm doing my taxes.
It has come to this.
I've got
several hours.
31 hours to get my taxes done.
Yep.
So I think I'll do it tonight.
Ugh.
Fuck it, it's Monday. Might as well make this miserable. I bet this way I don't ruin Tuesday.
Yeah, just get all the misery out in one
taxes.
day. Yeah, I should have thought of that and take the car over to get it inspected. Get all the misery out on Monday.
And Colorado, they just put out their first pot vending machines.
In Colorado, huh?
It is called the Zaz machine. They put them outside of the dispensaries, and they're saying it's a better way to keep track of inventory. You don't have to worry about people selling them, skimming off the top, pinching off some weed.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about,
Well, that and it's sold in units, I guess, too. That's easier to keep track of,
right.
too.
And the way it works is you go up and you swipe your driver's license. Then they have multiple cameras set up around it, and the cameras detect whether that is you on your driver's license. Like, I guess your picture has to, facial recognition or whatever.
Oh, yeah?
But they'll know if it's really you using your own driver's license, and then you can buy your weed.
That's weird.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool, because otherwise you could just be taking anybody's driver's license. And
yeah.
I imagine there's an age limit.
I'm surprised they don't do like the eye thing or like an eye scan or something. Yeah, fingerprint.
I think we're close to that. I think everything's close to becoming thumbprint or some kind of retina scan.
Yeah. I don't know. I hear conflicting things all the time. How accurate fingerprints are. And,
Really?
Yeah, it's.
I mean, aren't they?
I don't know. I hear things both ways. So.
I mean, aren't there some stores that already have that hooked up, like to your credit card?
What, fingerprints and stuff? I don't know.
And that's how you can pay?
It's possible.
I'm trying to think. I'll have to look into that one. I'm pretty sure either they're getting ready to or they already did. And this way you don't even need to carry your card on you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pay, you thumbprint it. And it reads it and it knows it's you.
Yeah, and then we get into that weird dystopian movie future when people are like popping other people's eyeballs out and cutting thumbs off.
Cutting thumbs off, yeah. Yeah, that's... You have to wear, metal gloves,
Yeah.
That'll be the thing.
Yeah, speaking of that, Hannibal was great. Did you catch it?
No.
Oh, ho, ho.
I'm 2 behind, dude.
Oh, my God. You've got to catch up, sir.
Hannibal.
That show is probably my favorite show I've seen. It's just the way it's produced, written, everything.
Ever?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a better show than that show.
I mean, it's up there.
I'll
definitely say that. It's definitely up there.
I mean, for a show that just comes on regular television.
That's the thing.
I mean,
right. Of any show on regular television, yes, for sure, by far.
Yeah, I mean, it's got competition on the pay channels,
right.
But it's like a pay channel show on a regular network television. It blows my mind every time I see it.
Well, I will see. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in after I do my taxes.
Yeah.
I might want to be eating people too.
You might need to see things flayed.
So until then, that'll do it for this episode of The Commute. Thank you for listening. Check out our website, tocommute.com, TWO commute.com. Check out our Facebook page, The Commute. Follow us on Twitter @DriverPassenger. Subscribe to our YouTube page, The Commute Podcast. And send us an email at thecommutepodcast@comcast.net. See you soon.
Yeah. And don't forget to check out our, destination episode.
Yes, yoga.